Hello, everyone. My name is Howard Heller, and I'm president of Actuary Exam Tutor. And today I'm here with Sarah. Sarah passed LTAM during the October 2021 sitting, and that's a tremendous achievement. And I think most people feel that is the most difficult exam to pass to get your ASA designation. So, Sarah, first of all, I want to congratulate you on passing. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Great. So, one reason why I wanted to speak with you is because we have 30 days to LTAM Mastery coming up on March 26th for the April sitting. And you sat for the program for the last sitting. And I just wanted to get, some feedback from you on being part of the program. So how do you feel the program specifically helped you to pass LTAM the last sitting?
Sure. So there were a couple of things that I really appreciated out of the program that definitely helped me. The first thing is having a tutor. So somebody that in the middle of an explanation, I could stop and say, hey, I'm not really understanding this. And then he would reword it until it makes sense pretty much. And so that was great. And then also having some other students in there too, being able to listen to discussions about certain things really helped. And then something similar to a class setting where sometimes, the tutor would be going over something and another student asks a question and I'd be like, oh, I was thinking the same thing, so I really liked that part of it. And even if I wasn't participating in the discussions, it was just really helpful to listen to everyone else kind of explain it their way. Oh, actually, I almost forgot one thing that I really, really liked was help with the written portion. So I had actually taken the exam a couple of times before. I kept getting 4s and 5s. It was driving me crazy. And I knew that I needed help with the written portion specifically. And part of this program was sample exams. And I would write out all of the answers. You take it under the time conditions, write all the answers out, and then take photos. And I sent them to the tutor. And not only did he grade it, but he would give me feedback like, oh, this particular spot, you elaborated too much. This is why you don't need to do that. Or this other spot's like, break this down a little bit more. So that feedback I found was really, really helpful too.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I really appreciate you saying how you felt having other people part of the program and kind of, working together, preparing together was really useful to you, because I think one thing we really try to do with all of these group programs is really create almost like a community type of setting where we're all in this together. We're all in this together. We're all trying to pass. And although I guess technically everybody's in a way competing against each other to pass, but I think in reality, like we're all working together, with the same common goal. And I think having other people, it really motivates you. It keeps your morale up sometimes when it may be dipping a little bit. And, you just know that, hey, we're all in this together. We're all struggling together to get this exam passed. And I think that's one thing where we really try to do with these group programs, being that it's a live program, that it enables us to do that. And I think it really is beneficial to students.
I agree. And let me tell you something about that part. When I was in college, there were a lot of other students around me that were taking the same exam. And it just happened organically that we would study together, or at least talk about something. Like, even if you weren't in part of a study group, but you knew somebody had taken an exam or is sitting for it, you'd be like, hey, I don't understand this question. And you talk to them about it. The same thing happened while I started working at a corporation, is that all the actuarial students, somehow you figured out how to get kind of that community aspect going, where you have the educational support, but also the moral support. And since we went virtual a couple of years ago, that's been really hard to get a hold of, is that particular community aspect.
Definitely. I'll ask you a really pointed question. I mean, this is really pointed. Do you think that you would have passed the exam without being a part of 30 Days to LTAM Mastery?
Honestly, I don't. I really think it's what helped me pass. I truly believe it. The help, the detailed help with, I mean, the multiple choice, yes, of course, but for me, the written answer portion is just, I didn't really have to figure out stuff on my own. I had a person with, and it wasn't just the other students, but, you know, a professional, somebody that knows the answer to the questions that I had was available to me all the time. I mean, that
Mhm.
was really great. And, you know, I actually used one of your programs before for FM. It was a prep program that you had offered, that I had taken a few years ago, and I passed FM on my first try after using that. So not only for like doing it for LTAM this time for sure helped me, but I really think that taking this program back when I was taking FM helped me pass that the first time.
Yeah, I really appreciate you saying this because, you know, obviously to prepare for any actual exam, you have to use self-study materials and resources.
Yep.
The whole idea of our programs is that you have an instructor who's a true expert to
Right.
work with to bring you to a different level of preparation, you know, and a totally different level of skill as you approach the
Yes.
exam setting. And that's really what we're trying to accomplish in the end.
Yeah, I had all the my own study materials for sure, and that's why I did it, because I needed something extra. What I was already
Yeah.
doing wasn't working.
Well, I really appreciate that. And of course, you know, like, you know, the self-study materials are obviously very useful, but I think having an expert brings you to a different level. And again, that's all we're trying to do here. We're trying to bring people to a different level
Yep.
of proficiency and preparation for the exam. So again, you know, I really, that's a tough exam to pass. I mean, it's
Yes.
multiple years we've been working with students. That is from MLC to LTAM. That is a really challenging exam. So just to ask you, you know, just I guess generally for people that are preparing for the LTAM sitting in April, you know, the final sitting for exam, like why do you think this could be a beneficial program for people who, you know, are going to take the exam in April?
Well, for one thing, it's the last sitting of this format. That puts a little bit more stress on it. And I mean, it's all about passing. You know, you want to do everything you can to pass, regardless if it's the last sitting or not. And this program is just really, really, really good supplemental help. And I feel like supplemental takes away a little bit from the magnitude. It's you don't have to go through it alone. You really don't. You can have expert help and other people around you. You know, it's, if you really, really want to pass and you really need something, it was amazing for me. I highly recommend it to anyone, even if it's not the last sitting, but especially if there's more on the line.
You know, I think that a lot of people that I mean, I'm assuming that a lot of people that will take this program this time around are people that have sat for LTAM before.
I'm
And
sure.
as you say, it's not just the knowledge you get from the instructor, which of course is the most important thing, but it's also knowledge you get from working with fellow students who are preparing to pass the exam, because they could ask tremendous questions. I mean,
Yep.
most of these people in the program are very knowledgeable too. They're just trying to get to that next level so they pass. And it's really just tremendous how much students can help each other through questions, through their answers, how they would do things. You know, it's really it's just a great group program where everybody can feed off each other, I think, and you know, help each other advance at the same time.
Yeah, and let me tell you like a couple like of specific memories I had in regards to that. So me personally, I don't speak up very much. Normally, I usually wait for everyone else to talk, and I try and figure it out as much as my own. It takes a lot for me to participate on a good day. And there were a couple of times where the discussions on a particular question, somebody wasn't getting it, but I got it. And so I piped in and explained it my way. And that it was really great to be part of a discussion. So it prompted me to also be a little bit more interactive And it really helped to do that. So it's not,
That's good.
it's not an intimidating
That's great.
setting, is what I'm saying.
What you're saying is exactly what we're trying to accomplish. We're trying to promote not just having the instructor, lecture and people just sitting there listening. We're trying to promote an interactive class where we're all working together, again, for the common goal, passing this exam. And I really appreciate you saying that, because that's really what we're trying to accomplish in the end with this program. So I really appreciate that you felt like that. That's how it really helped you a lot. So,
Yeah.
thank you very much for the feedback. And
Sure
again,
thing.
I just to reiterate, I congratulate you on passing this exam. We've
Thank
been
you.
helping students prepare for these exams for many years now. And from when it was MLC to now LTAM, I've spoken to people that failed the exam 9 times, okay? I mean, that's how, that's what can happen. I mean, as everybody knows who takes these exams, there is no guarantee you're going to pass no matter how many times you take it. And I think when you have a specialist, they're going to show you things that you just can't get studying on your own. I just think that's the bottom line. Plus all the help you get with other students too. So, again, congratulations. I really appreciate the feedback. We just want to help people pass the exam, and I hope that people do, listen to what you're saying and will say, hey, you know what? Yeah, this program might be really helpful for me too. So, again, thank you very much. If anybody has any questions, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I just said it was my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. If anybody has any questions about the program, 30 Days to LTAM Mastery is going to start on March 26th for the April sitting. In this, I will include the link for the program with the recording. And if you have any other questions, please visit us at www.actuaryexamtutor.com, or you can email us at info@actuaryexamtutor.com. So again, Sarah, thank you very much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And congratulations on passing this exam. And I hope, you pass, all the other exams you need to pass for what you're trying to accomplish in the actual career path.
Thanks. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.